Let's go over Star Wars Episode 9, the final film of the Skywalker saga and the sequel trilogy alike. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, as you all know, Episode 9 is currently filming over in the UK, specifically over at Pinewood and Cardington, and after that they plan on filming over in Jordan, Italy, and quite possibly even China. So a lot of things are really happening for this film. A lot of things are really starting to take shape, and ever since the big statement by Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney, just a couple of days ago, we learned a whole lot more about where the franchise is going after Episode 9. Now, looking at J.J. Abrams specifically here for this movie, alright, there's a lot of talk right now that he is actually changing portions of the film in response to The Last Jedi Backlash itself. And this has a lot of people talking that now Disney is actually listening to the fans after, all of, how the fans have been expressing their concerns about the future of this franchise and how they felt about The Last Jedi by writer and director Rian Johnson and the, responsibilities by Kathleen Kennedy and the certain things that she approved in that movie, etc. The list goes on. So adjustments apparently are being made by J.J. Abrams, all according to how the people reacted to The Last Jedi. Now, was this J.J. Abrams' idea from the get-go? I'm not quite sure. Maybe Disney told him to make some adjustments to the script here and there, and this also falls directly in line with what we have been hearing these past couple of days or so of JJ rewriting portions of the script that has all to do with Kylo Ren and Rey in the ending of the movie, and also Chewbacca and Luke Skywalker. The Chewbacca sequences, I believe, he was changing parts of the script in order to give out scenes with Lando Calrissian portrayed by Billy D. Williams. So it's really great to know that at the very least, Disney is of course listening to the fans, but I still feel like that they really don't have the, full idea of what's really happening. Now, they believe it's a frequency issue. To me, I think it's a quality issue. I don't think it's a frequency issue, because if you guys go ahead and look at Marvel, they release 3 movies a year, and they're doing just fine. I think that, we can most definitely get a Star Wars movie, once a year at minimum. I think that's fine, as long as the film has a lot of quality and has a lot of things going for it, and it creates a lot of hype and excitement and good feedback after it releases. So as long as you can pull that off, that's great. A good story, all of these different things, alright, create a successful product. So looking at Bob Iger, and how Disney looks at it as a frequency issue, that's one of my big, disagreements of this big change. I don't think it had anything to do with frequency. I think it all had to do with quality, and that was all. But looking at Episode 9, though, it is great to know, apparently, that J.J. Abrams is handling this movie in a different way as they go through principal photography. Again, it's not that hard to make some adjustments to the script and then shoot it weeks later, whether it be, for characters Rey, Kylo, Luke, or some of the new characters here and there. Changes have been made before in past Star Wars movies, alright, without an issue at all. One of the big ones was, of course, adding in the Darth Vader sequence in Rogue One. That was never in the original script. That was all during reshoots. Now, though we aren't going over reshoots for Episode 9 just yet, we're just going over, how JJ is adjusting portions of the script, apparently. So that's honestly telling us that Disney is listening right now to what people are saying on social media and what people are also saying, in their reviews online. I think that Disney sees everything. You see, I think that J.J. Abrams gets the idea and realizes how important this movie really is, since it is going to be the end of the Skywalker saga. That's not to say that this is the last Star Wars film. I know a lot of people get confused when people say that this is the final film of the Skywalker saga. It's just the final film of the trilogy movies that have to do with characters such as Luke, Anakin, Leia, Ben Solo, all those characters. So this is the last film of that whole entire idea, that whole entire part of the Star Wars universe with those characters. Now, does that mean that we're not going to see Chewbacca again in the future? Of course not. They'll probably have him in future standalone films. But of course, chronologically speaking, will we see Chewbacca again in a future trilogy? I'm not quite sure, since this is the end of the end here. It seems like they're going to be moving away from all of these different characters and moving on to something new by the creators of Game of Thrones. But anyways, guys, I cannot wait to see exactly what JJ has in store for Episode 9. Like I have always said before these past couple of months, I have this gut feeling that Episode 9 will be the best film of the sequel trilogy. There is something about, that idea of inserting prequel trilogy continuity. I think that is one thing that it has going for it, and also how this film is going to really end, and the fact that it's so unexpected and that fans are not going to be able to predict the ending of the movie, I find very interesting for sure. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.